Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Manticore. It's a tier 10 British light tank. It's located on the south spawn of Murovanka, and this one is under the command of the BassmanFromHell. Now, he sent me rather a lot of these replays, and well, I thought about actually doing them in one big replay, which would probably be about 2 hours long. But then I thought, no, I think what I ought to do is do them one by one. And so we're going to have a series of replays over a day where you'll watch his battles and his progress in the Manticore. It's got a 105mm gun, which is capable of doing 390 alpha and penetrates 248mm with standard ammo, and with the APCR it goes up to 268. It's also got HE rounds capable of 480 and penetrating 60mm. First target he sees is an AMX 13105, and unfortunately he got a 105mm round into the baseman instead of the other way round, and he's taken another one from the same guy. Yeah, so he's lost half his hit points. Oh no, he's lost even more now, and even the Arty's trying to get him and stunned him, and he's running back to his own lines. Oh dear, this is not going so well. So he's got 156 hit points to last the rest of the battle. I wonder how he's going to do that. 11% of his health, that's all he's got. Well, this tank has actually got an oscillating turret, and the original one was supposed to have an autoloader, but in this game it doesn't. In fact, it's just a commander and a driver. That's all you've got in the vehicle. The original name for this tank was the Chimera 1955, but Wargaming has already put a tank in the game with the name Chimera, so they couldn't do that, so they had to make up an artificial name called the Manticore, and they called it that instead. Now you can see it is quite quick, 68 kilometers an hour maximum speed, and it's quite flat as well. But one of the really bad things about this tank is you only get 20 rounds of ammunition to play with. And that's really not enough to take out even a fraction of the enemy team. Really, in the sense, it's supposed to be a spotter. That's its job. It's supposed to spot for his teammates. And you can see at this moment, he's not actually spotting his teammates, and he's had to adjust himself to get in the bush. Because that AMX 13105 over by the Magic Forest has come out of the forest, and he's coming this way. Spotting the enemy, but he can't fire. If he does, he'll get shot at straight away and probably removed from the game promptly. So all he can do at this moment is spot, and he's starting to pick up some spotting assist. He spotted the Bosch, and yeah, he's getting loads of it now. Now, the one thing about this gun is it does have very good penetration for the class, for the light tanks. And it has fairly good gun depression as well, 8 degrees of gun depression. As I said, it's got good speed, good acceleration, it's got a very small size because it's very flat, and very low profile. In fact, the camo is really good as well. The only problem really is the ammo. Yeah, you don't get enough of it, and that you do get, oh, we just exposed the side of his vehicle there. You don't get a lot of it, and it's not very good. It's not that great on the penetration for the special ammo, not for the standard ammo. The APCR is good, but the standard ammo is not. In fact, the whole tank doesn't have very good DPM. He just spotted a UDES 1516. There he is. It has very poor DPM, 1743, which means you're not going to be doing a whole lot of damage very quickly. Standard reload time is 13.42 seconds, and you can see that Bassman, well, you can't actually see, oh, it's 12.57 is what he's got at the moment, so not much of a reduction, about a second, that's all. And you can see, turning around, oh, no, he's decided to move up, get closer to the enemy, and that camo really helps because he was basically in the open there for a brief moment, but the enemy didn't see him because his camo is so good. He's spotting a badger over there. He's out the bush again, but yet again he's not spotted. Thankfully, he is covering most of his reference points except the one at the rear. You can notice there the rear of the vehicle is exposed. But he's now moving from bush to bush to spot the enemy for his team. And he has been seen this time, so he has to bug out. He can't stay there. If he did, he'd die very, very quickly. And the Badger puts a round into him, and it actually hits the tracks. So he survives that, and he got a spotter. But the Arty has stunned him again. So he's living life in the fast lane, you could say. And the Badger's been killed. 2,314 hit points to spotting assist. And I think now he's decided to go a bit even more adventurous and try and get into the enemy territory and spot them. Didn't find anything that go. Where's he going next? Oh, he's found another one, the Leopard. Now he wants to avoid that gun if he can. That's the 105mm, which is a version of the L7A1. The British gun. Made by Rheinmetall, of course. Okay, spotted the enemy again, and this time round they're in the Magic Forest. I think they've retreated back to the forest because it's just too dangerous. We're down on hit points on the enemy at the moment, but Bassman's trying to do his best to level that up. With only 22 hit points left on his vehicle, he's going in to try and find the enemy so his teammates have something to fire at. This is incredibly dangerous to do. You could say he has balls of steel to get in here like this and find the enemy. He's found one. He's found an Object 261. He's found the enemy Arty. And I think he wants to take that guy out. Well, he got a big hit. 408. High roll. But he didn't kill him. Okay, there is probably a load of enemy tanks in close proximity. He's got a Jaegeru! And I'm not sure if he's which way the guy's pointing. I think he's actually pointing at us. Or at least he's pointing nearby. Here comes the 60 TP. He's going to be proxy spotted for being too close to that guy. So he has to pull back. And the Jaegeru just took an Arty round. He gets over the fence before the 60 TP can spot where he was. Okay, he's spotting these guys like a champ. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, he didn't penetrate the Jaegeru. That would have been so nice if he could have taken that guy out when he only had 22% hit points left. That AMX-50B looks as if he's threatening, but he's actually a bit further over. There they are. He's spotting again. Another 154 hit points. All these rounds count. And there goes the Jaegeru. Object 277 took him out, so he just needs to locate that 60 TP. There he is. Okay, spotted him. He didn't get proxy spotted, but the Arty and everyone else, and they got him. And they're now 4 tanks up on the enemy, and it's mostly down to Bassman that they're doing that because he's finding them, and his teammates are then shutting them down from a distance away. Okay, we just spotted another enemy, AMX 50B's over there. There he is. And he's out the game as well now. So there are 5 up on the enemy. There's 3 Arty. He's already hit that 261. And I think he's holding here for a moment. There's the 261. And he's dead. Thought I saw a Tracer coming from this direction. Yes, there's another 261. And I think Bassman's locked on. He's going in. He wants some more damage on these guys. And the 261's down, and he's now got a patrol duty. This is miraculous considering he's only got 22 hit points left. He's doing a mountain of work. 6,255 spotting. And he's now accompanying his teammates towards the cab period to find the last 2 enemies, a Strip 103B rather, the tier 10 one, and a GWE100. It'd be fantastic if you could find those as well. Trouble is the Strip 103B, and he's found him! Oh, he's found him! And he puts a round in and then disappears into the distance with his lock on, and the Strip blows up to an Amarak, which means now it's just the GWE100, and he's been killed. And that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle results from that game, and it was the second class tanker for BassmanFromHell in the Manticore. He got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, and he did get a patrol duty for being the only one spotting 6 enemy tanks whilst they were damaged. And his win rate wasn't particularly high, but that's because he didn't do a huge amount of damage, but he did get some. 844 was the win rate from that game. He said Manti is a POS. Yes, I know. They say it's really bad, but it's actually not. It's just got a very low ammo load. It should have much more shells. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game because that went to the Object 277. He picked up a Pascucci's and a Top Gun with 4,227 hit points. The second highest damage in the game was the AMX-30B on his team with 3,591, and he picked up a Confederate. And the third highest damage is the Object 907 with 3,405 hit points of damage. Bassman only got 870, but he spotted for an awful lot. If you look at the number of kills, you can see it's the 277 got 6 kills, 2 kills the Jaegeru, the T110E4, the T92 HMC on his own team, and the only player on the enemy team who managed to get more than 1 kill was the UDIS 1516, who was over on the west side of the map, and everyone else either got 1 kill or nothing. When it came to base XP, he was right at the top of the table, 944 from all that spotting assist he gave. 939 went to the Object 277, so even though he did the most damage in the game, he didn't get the highest base XP because BassmanFromHell got that one. 775 went to the AMX-30B. Bassman fired only 3 shots in the entire game. He got 3 direct hits, but only 2 penetrations. The shot that failed to go through was the one on the Jaegeru. It would have been so nice if he could have taken that guy out from the side. He did damage of 870 hit points, of which 408 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see he was doing equal amount of damage at long range as at short range. 4 hits received, 3 penetrations, 1 non-penetrations. Well, 2 splashes. Well, the penetrations all came right at the start of the battle, as you saw. He went to the forest, found an AMX-13-105 who promptly put 3 rounds into him, and then he also took a couple of Arty hits as well during the game, where they were whittling away his hit points bit by bit. 7 enemy vehicles spotted, 2 enemy vehicles damaged, no kills, but 8,176 hit points of spotting assist, and that's why his base XP is so high. He earned 62,855 credits from the game, got 31,427 from personal reserves, a total of, and 30,000 for completing a mission, a total of 124,282 credits overall. After repair, ammunition resupply and consumables, he took away 62,808 credits profit. He also got 6 bonds? 6 bonds from the game. It was tier 10. And 1,416 XP, no multipliers, and that's all the experience points he took away. But I think he shows that, you see, the Manticore does have a lot of potential because it can get really close to enemy tanks without them even knowing that he was there. You saw how he crept up on that Striv 103B, a tank destroyer which has got fairly good camo qualities himself, but he actually located the Striv, and when he was virtually on top of the guy, and then managed to put a round into him and disappear before the Striv could even react. So yes, it is quite a good little ambush scout, and if used in the proper way as Spaceman did, you can move from bush to bush and they don't see you. It's only if somebody's got very good view range, and also that they've got one of those commanders console. I think I've forgot what the name is now, but there is a piece of equipment that you can fit which will actually reduce the amount of camouflage by bushes, and if somebody had something like that, they might be able to spot you if they got really close. Anyway, that's the first game down, and that was a real doozy. Let's have a look at some of the other ones in the next video. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm.
Alright, this one's gonna go in. It's my last one, I swear. Alright, can I open up?
And thank you for watching.